ICN show 1 tomorrow. This is the food. We're not bringing all of it, but these are just the foods that we're going to be bringing for the show day. Keeping it very simple, foods we've already eaten. Again, simple carbohydrates, good fats, peanut butter, honey, salt, we want the sodium, and then the meals that I've just been eating this whole prep. Super simple, guys. So by now, you guys would have seen the other vlog. I think the second comp prep vlog, and now this one's gonna intertwine into comp day because you're gonna see me at the comp day tomorrow. So this is number 1, this is ICN. So for those of you who might have not watched the others, this is the second time I'm ever competing. The first time was 2018, so it's been a while, to say the least. Just checking the cameras on. Comp brain, it's not that bad. But look, it's been a much smoother experience, been a lot easier than last time. Look, it's been challenging, but last time really wrecked me. So with my coach this time, Dr. Joe Klemzeski, shout out to him. You know, we've had a really intelligent approach, and really, you know, it only got really difficult towards the end. But we still had more gears, and we still might have to push more gears because, you know, we've got IFBB next weekend, and then we've got a month break, photo shoot in between, and then we're over here at the casino for WBFF. So, you know, if we need to refine our approach, we can. It's as much of an art as it is a science towards this end. It's get as lean as you can, give yourself enough time. People usually don't, so half a year. I know it sounds a lot, but you need to if you're gonna do it, especially naturally as well. It's different if you use an assistant. You can probably do that a little bit faster. You can retain muscle mass. You can accentuate fat loss a little bit more without sacrificing a lot of those mechanisms. But yeah, this is the best way, if you like, and then we want to reverse up. So I've been eating up for about 10 days now, roughly sort of between 2,600 calories. We were at 2,000 at the lowest. We started, well, the off season was like 3,800, 4,000. So we initially made a drop to 2,800, which you can see in depth in my other videos if you want to go into that. Yeah, so it's been really good, and we've had refeeds throughout as well. We've had a few higher days now, so the last 2 days we had about 400 carbs, about 3,000 calories. Protein's been around 200 the whole time. Fats at the lowest were 40 grams. They're at 50 to 60, 70 today. So the idea is just to titrate carbohydrates back into the body pragmatically, keeping water the same, keeping sodium the same, making sure there's enough so you build that, you know, glycogen base volume so you can actually have a consistent look. And then obviously on the day you want to peak it, and that's where it becomes more of an art than a science. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I've got the plan, good night's sleep, we're just gonna chill out, watch the Formula 1, watch a movie, keep the feet up, and then tomorrow we're on stage at 1 so I can put my feet up in the morning, eat my meals, and just keep it very chilled. So that's pretty much it from this day. So now there's only one thing to do. Let's get it. So the vlog wrap up for the last 2 competitions, so ICN and IFBB, so the first and second competition. So they were probably quite polarizing, both of them. So in ICN, we turned up, I take full ownership, we arrived, we didn't have enough time. ICN usually runs behind, and we got there what we thought to be early, but not early enough. And by the time I'd actually got in, did the red show, and then, you know, everyone that I sort of saw wanted to have a little bit of a chat, they were running ahead of schedule. So my tan wasn't actually dark enough, and there was just all these things that delayed us. But again, hold my hand up and take ownership. We should have been there a lot earlier. So a little bit disorganized, not disorganized, but a little unapprehended from my point of view, which was not great. And look, if there was one show where, you know, we were gonna not be ahead of the game, shall we say, this one was it, purely based on the fact that it's the first competition and it was the most important one for me, but at the same time, I wanna obviously do well in all of them. But I was coaching under Dr. Joe Klemzeski at that point, who I've now sort of stepped away from, and there's no hard feelings. He's an amazing coach. I've learned so much from him.
but I was mostly doing, you know, a lot of the programming myself. I felt like I needed a higher touch point, a little bit more support, which I'd expressed to a degree. And then that we weren't really lean enough. And Joe was like, well, no, we are, because we don't want to sacrifice the fullness and this, that, and the other. And I said, oh, you know, my heart of hearts, I kind of knew. So turning up that day and, you know, being not as prepared as we wanted to be, I didn't have chance to get my food in. So I was trying to still digest the sort of meal that I should have had pre-show. Or the last bit of food that I didn't get in, and then I was sort of bloated, and then all my categories just happened to be literally 10 or 15 minutes sort of next to each other. And ICN is an interesting federation where there's so many categories, but anyway, it wasn't great, but I made the best of it. I took the ownership. Shout out to the girl, Shanique Tan, who got me on for my first stage show, and then the best I placed was second. I think I got a second, a third, and a fourth or something. But anyway, regardless of the outcome, if I'd brought the package that I should have brought, I think it would have been unquestionable that I would have won at least 1 or 2 categories, but I definitely wouldn't have been challenged for overalls because I needed to be leaner, which was the main takeaway. But anyway, there was that, and I learned from that experience, and you know, it was what it was, one of those things. And I had my client who was competing later on, so I had to put my shit to one side and be like, cool, I'll deal with that later. And, you know, I'll speak to my coach and review, and he's in America, and, you know, sort of lost contact with him, so it wasn't really ideal. So we did what we thought was best, me and my partner, Crystal. And then, you know, it was all about Jeremy. It was getting him prepared, and we'd brought him, and he was ahead of schedule. And the way I like to do my coaching is I'm very organized. I communicate a lot, or as much as the client needs to, and I make sure they've got everything that they need and more, and I go above and beyond. And that's what I was wanting from my coach, which I wasn't really getting. Hence why we decided to part ways. Anywho, so Jeremy, you know, turns up. This is his first time on stage. You know, he's wanted to compete since he was in his 30s. Now he's in his, you know, late 50s. And, you know, he's come a long ways. He's been on a massive journey from where he started in depression, being very overweight, in a bit of a toxic relationship, now into a position where, you know, he's running his own business. He's fell in love with training. He's becoming more confident with himself. And it was, you know, him who gave me the opportunity to get my first client officially on stage. I've got people very lean before in stage lean, but you know, they didn't want to compete and whatnot. And this is something that, you know, I wanted to open up in a very small branch and have a very high quality aspect. So me and Crystal will be opening up comp prep service. She's done it before. We're going to be doing it together, but we want it to be really, really, really high quality because we want to make sure that people have the best first experience. They get the care, and they get the understanding, and they get the guidance that they deserve. And also, we want to win, right? We want to bring people's best physique. Now, it's not just about that, but people want to be competitive. So we need to set expectations, educate people, and take a smaller number of people on, you know, every year, every season, so we can give them the best opportunity and the best experience, regardless of whether they continue to compete or not. But there'll be more about that in the future, team. So, you know, Jeremy got on, he looked amazing. He came second in the first one. And then he came third in his overalls. And then he got a first place in his age category, which was awesome. And quite frankly, he should have won all of them because he was the most conditioned. And that's not me being biased, but there's always a lot of politics that go on. Within the competitions, but he had a great time. He loved it. It was a great experience for me as well, and it was amazing to, you know, put a client on stage for the first time, have that amazing experience, bring a standard that was, you know, elite in terms of conditioning, and be able to have them have a positive experience and walk away with the first was just a bonus. So we got a couple of medals and trophies, and you know, I've got one of these certificates as well, which is always nice from ICN. So I appreciate that, team. Thank you very much. And, you know, now onwards and upwards to the next competitions. But, so anyway, that was awesome. We celebrated afterwards with a celebratory meal. I then spoke to my partner on the way back about what happened, and I sort of took 24 hours and I spoke to my coach. I'm like, look, I think I'm going to take it from here. You know, I've got a lot of experience. I still got a lot to learn, but I know what I need to do. It's pretty simple. I need to get more conditioned. And obviously my partner has a lot of experience as well. So for us, we wanted to make sure that we, you know, got lean enough. So we really dug, and we dug deep. And I spoke to Joe, my coach, and, you know, he was fine, but he was a bit laissez-faire about it as well, which kind of confirmed my belief. He's definitely one of the best out there, but I think because he's been in it so long, maybe his focus is on other areas now as well. So I just need someone who's really on the ball, who gives me the level of attention and detail that I want. So me and Crystal handled this. I did reach out to a friend and associate of mine, Cliff Wilson, who is renowned for peaking the best people on the planet, and for result-wise, I think he's got the best results in terms of the best, highest grade elite athletes. Sorry if I'm stumbling my words, by the way, guys. I'm on very, very low calories at the minute, so this is about as tough as it's going to get. So the mind is not articulating as well as it usually does. But anyway, we went into the IFBB show, which was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. I loved it far more than any other competition I've done so far. Still currently natural, and if and when I'm not, I will let you know, guys, but lifetime natural up to this point. So I was really excited to see how it'd go. Obviously not where we wanted to be, but we pushed hard, we got lean, and we brought a better package. Me and Crystal, we did it, we reverse engineered it, we did what we did best, and we came up with these medals here, which I'm really proud of, which is the 3rd place in the first time novice, true novice for classic physique, and then 2nd place in my weight category for bodybuilding. There was only 2, so I mean, it's the 2nd place, but still, I think the 3rd actually means more than the 2nd, because I was actually up against a field of people. And then I didn't place in the opens as of yet, but I need more conditioning to compete with the guys who are actually bigger and enhanced. But again, I'm happy to go in and compete with people at a higher level, or that are, enhanced, because if anything, I enjoy the challenge, and it's great to have better competition than worse. There's no point in winning a show with people who don't really turn up, or there's not really any competition. I'd rather play 2nd or 3rd against people who are really good, or win ideally, which is what we're going for in the next couple of weeks. So the IFBB was awesome. We planned it out. We had all our peak week nutrition, and we learned a lot from that. And then even with how we could titrate carbs in and handle a little bit more and have more salt and sodium on the day, but still keep it really simple. And I'm going to go into this in depth in more videos in the future, but this is just like a general overview. And there should be some B-roll going over the screens now of the routine and whatnot, and what we did on that day. And shout out to Jacob, my videographer, there for the support. And obviously my family and my partner and Jeremy, my clients, and everyone else who sent me beautiful messages. I really appreciate it. But again, there is more. So we've now got another 2 weeks before we're on the stage again. So we've got this week, and then next week's peak week, we're doing the IFBB Nationals. So now this will be all of Australia. I'm going to mainly go for classic physique, because I think that's going to be where I'm going in the future, for more of that aesthetic classic bodybuilding look, rather than just all out size, because obviously I'm versing enhanced athletes, and I never wanted to just be massive. I always wanted to be quality over quantity, but I still need more size, hence why I'm saying maybe there'll be some changes in the future. In terms of what we're going to be doing for this, we'll do classic physique, I'll do my novice, and then I'll just do weight category for bodybuilding as well, because I still want to get on there. But we are going to bring a more conditioned physique. So Cliff is now overseeing my nutrition and training as well. I'm still working, obviously my partner's helping me out, we're doing our best, but we're going to learn from Cliff over this peaking process as much as we can, which is really, really, really critical. And then we're going to do the Nationals, IFBB, and then we're going to do WNBF, the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation, which would be amazing, because they're probably the most prestigious, or are the most prestigious in the natural bodybuilding world. And then we're going to finish off with WBFF, because I love myself some fashion, some fitness, and it's an awesome, exciting show here in the Gold Coast. So we've got 3 more. A photo shoot in between with Nelson Azevedo, and shout out to Alex Muscat for the recent photo shoot I did a couple of weeks back. And we're just really pushing now, so we're pushing hard. It is tough. It's about as tough as it's going to be. It's still not, it was last time, because I got fucking railed last time. So we're still doing good, but it's pretty tough. I'm on like 200 protein. I'm on about 100 to 120 grams of carbs a day, and I'm on about 45 to 50 grams of fat. So it's just about enduring at this point, embracing the suck. But again, we've got this gear. We had that gear there. It's only for a couple of weeks, and we can reverse. Peak for these shows, enjoy the experience, get a first place is obviously the goal. That's the ideal scenario, right? That's my main goal, ideally, but I've already beat my last physique, so that's phenomenal. Jeremy's going to do the WNBF as well on different days, and then once we've done that, we can have a wrap up. I can actually enjoy some food. I'm definitely at the point now where I'm like, yes, I want to eat again, and then looking forward to telling you guys about the next chapters into the off season, some changes, but then also the services that we're going to offer all of you. for those of you who are interested in comp prep, but also interested in the science of fat loss and muscle gain from a really intelligent approach that's going to maximize it. So guys, once again, I appreciate your support. I'm not putting out as much content as I'd like, but I'm still trying to vlog. We will document all these competitions, and I'm still trying to, you know, do at least 3 to 4 posts a week on socials and share my stories. But again, at this point, you know, it's prioritizing the conditioning, the training, my clients, my relationships, and making sure that is all maintained as well, while the brain power is a little bit low. But anyway, guys, appreciate your support. If you like this one, give it a like, subscribe for more, stay tuned. And of course, I'm going to be getting a professional camera early next year, so I'm going to start properly like vlogging again, and documenting everything for you guys and sharing my journey. As we endeavor to achieve more. All right, guys, until the next one, stay fearless. Appreciate it. Thank you.